Hello, welcome to our assembly for today. So we're going to think about the school's mission statement again, about how we learn and grow and dream. And we've been thinking about that, but this is this bit that's on the screen now is the other part of our mission statement. So it's the things that we do and things that we want you guys to be. And we talked a little bit in our assembly on Monday about this. So we've got that active curriculum where we keep you guys moving, keep you learning outside, doing fun movement stuff because you remember things better. We've got a creative curriculum where you can solve problems and you can design stuff and draw stuff and make stuff. And this is why we want you to do it. So we want you to be all of these things. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to read you a really, really good book. And I'll tell you why in a minute, why I've chosen that particular book. And I want you to have a think about these things. And you might need to have a talk about them with your class teachers, because at the end of the story, I'm going to ask you which ones of these things, which of these attributes, which of these qualities a person in the story had. Okay, so was this person happy or proud or passionate or an athlete or resilient or an innovator or a listener or self-confident? Which ones of those do you think apply to our story today? That's the challenge. That's the question I'm going to ask you. So today's story is another one of the Little People Big Dreams books, just because they're cool. And it's about Michael Jordan. Okay, Michael Jordan is an American basketballer. And I've chosen this one, excuse me, because I know that some of you guys have been playing basketball when you've been outside. I've been outside and I've been shooting hoops with some of you. And it's been a lot of fun. So I thought it would be nice for us to hear about a famous basketball player. So let's have a bit of a find out about Michael Jordan. Now, little Michael grew up in a town in North Carolina. That's in America. He was the fourth child of the Jordan family, but he always wanted to be the first at everything, and especially if that meant beating his older brother, Larry. And I bet some of you have been really, really competitive with your brothers or sisters. I know that I certainly am. I always was when I was a child with my brother and my sister. Hoping they wouldn't just be fierce competitors, but good teammates, his parents encouraged their kids to play all kinds of sport. And Michael learned that talent may win a game, but only teamwork can win a championship. That's really important. So you can be good at something in a game, but actually to be good in lots and lots and lots of games, you've got to work as a team. That's why all the teachers have these hoodies that we wear that say Team Wincham on the back, because we work as a team when we look after you guys. You work as a team when you're in class, when you're working with somebody else. There's lots and lots of teamwork that happens in school. One day, Michael came home from school crying. He hadn't been selected for the basketball team because he was too short. His mother wiped his tears and told him what she used to say to all her kids: go out and earn it. Ooh, what do you think that means? Stop and have that talk in class. See if you can work out what go out and earn it means. Okay, I think it means actually show them. You show them what you can do. You show them how good that you are. If your teacher says you haven't quite got it, you had a good try, you can be all sad and upset, or you can show them, well, actually, I can do this. I can do this maths. I can write a really good story. That's what Michael can do. Michael spent all summer practicing with the ball. And when it was time to go back to class, he hadn't just gained self-confidence, he'd grown taller too. And soon he was the star of the Buccaneers, his high school team. So he'd spent all that time practicing. He'd grown taller, so he was able to reach the hoops. But if he hadn't spent all summer practicing, he wouldn't have been any good at basketball anyway. It's not just about height. So he didn't give up. Okay, there's a word for that we're going to come back to. Whether it was defending the hoop, stealing balls, or making impossible jumps, he was the best on the court. Many colleges set their sights on him, and Michael accepted a scholarship to the University of North Carolina. Okay, so that meant that he was able to go to that university, and they would pay for him to go to the university because he could play basketball for them when he was there. Michael went from scoring the winning shot at the college finals to receiving a gold medal at the Olympics. With that number 23 on his back, he joined the Chicago Bulls at the NBA, the biggest professional league in the world. So from somebody who was told he couldn't play basketball for his school, he went to being a gold medal winner in the Olympics. Wow. So have a think about that. Learn, grow, dream. Have a think about those things. What's Michael done? And it's not just about growing in height so that he can shoot his hoop, but growing as a person because he's got better and better at basketball and he's dreamt of being the best. And with all that hard work, he was. The Bulls had never landed a title. Still, Michael was there to do what teammates do, to help each other become better players. And 6 years later, they won their first championship and they kept winning 3 times in a row. So Michael wasn't the star of the show. He wasn't the best player on the team. He worked with all those other people to be the best team because it's about working with everybody. And when the best NBA stars were invited to participate at the Olympics, Michael knew the gold medal would come home with them. The whole world went wild watching the dream team, the most incredible team ever assembled. And Michael was so famous that even a pair of trainers were named after him. When his father died, he was heartbroken and he quit basketball. He sought comfort playing baseball, which was his dad's favourite sport. It took him a year to realise that his place was actually on the basketball court next to his teammates. And everyone who loved the game was happy to see Michael lead the Bulls to win their 4th championship on a very special date, Father's Day. One day, his coach Phil announced that it was his last season with the team. Michael and his teammates wanted to make sure it ended right, and after winning his 6th title, it was time for his airness, as he was called, to hang up his trainers too. Whether he was playing with one of his 5 kids or raising money to help other children, Michael never stopped competing. He became a successful businessman, supporting all kinds of sport, from golf to car racing. By expecting things of himself before he could even do them, little Michael became the biggest legend in the history of basketball and an inspiration for others to choose their dream and make it happen. Wow, it's a great story, isn't it? About somebody who's been so inspired to keep working, to keep trying, and to keep doing his best. So let's have a look back at all of these words. So stop and have a think as a class. Which of these things do you think Michael was? Stop the video, have a think about what you think the answer is. Right. I think all of that success probably made him quite happy to be a teammate. He had to be kind and polite to others. He was definitely resilient. He stuck at it. He was enthusiastic and hardworking. So particularly that resilience is really important. So we're saying we want this to you. You can be like Michael Jordan. You can find something really difficult and you can stick at it and you can do it. He was an athlete. And if he was part of a team, he was a collaborator as well. And certainly, we've talked about that we learn, grow and dream. He learned to play basketball. He got better and better and better at it. So he grew as a person and he dreamt of being the best, which means that he was able to go to the Olympics and show everybody that he was the best. So another really, really cool story. We're saying that we want you guys to be like Michael Jordan. We want you to work really hard, to find something really difficult and go, do you know what? I'm going to really do this. I'm going to really do it well. And to be part of a team. And being part of a team means that it doesn't matter if you've got 3 legs or 1 leg. It doesn't matter if your skin is white, brown, purple, spotty, or blue. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or Buddha or Allah, anybody, or if you have no faith. It doesn't matter if you come from a home where you've got 1 parent living with you, where you've got 2 mums or 2 dads living with you, whether you move between houses because parents are separated, whether you're adopted. These things don't matter because it's actually about you as a person being amazing. I absolutely know that every single one of you is completely amazing, that you've got all of these things that we've just talked about that Michael Jordan had, and that you could be just as amazing as he is. Have a lovely rest of the day, guys, and I'll see you around school. Bye-bye.